Welcome to the MainSplaining channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.
And subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and...
I mean, in no particular order. In no particular order.
English, don't forget to like, comment, share, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Well, for one, it's been a while.
No, even before a while, this was happening. And it was happening for a while.
You got no evidence. You got no evidence that I did such a thing.
You know what?
We're not going to go back.
People should go watch all the other episodes and see if this was not happening.
I encourage them to do so. And if they see anything that I've said that contradicts what I've just stated right now, let it be known that AI has furthered its advances. Let it be known. Thank you. You know what? It's election year. I support... Never mind.
You support what? You support what? You said what?
Nah. What? To add on that, people are really interested on the polls.
And who are you going with?
Yeah? Who am I going with? Yeah. Man, I'm as I said, I'm still torn between the two. I'm just not sure.
Which two? Talk to the people again. What if some have not watched the previous episodes and they want to know which two are you talking about?
Should I be that clear? Was I ever clear in terms of which?
I don't know.
Nah,
you speak as though you were clear about it. So, So which two are you torn between?
No, I was never clear.
Yeah, no, you were never clear, but I'm asking the question, which two were you torn between?
In terms of... but what's the point? The more I speak, they can start putting two and two together.
Well, why don't you want to be more audible about it? Don't you think people should know what it is that you want or the party that you want to vote for? Shouldn't they know?
Maybe. You think
maybe? I mean, I'm pretty sure there are people who listen to your podcast and they're inspired by how you speak,
Yeah, maybe because I sound neutral, it's just instead of...
Actually, you don't sound neutral. Don't lie to yourself. You don't sound neutral. You're anything but.
It's a bit harsh.
Yeah. You're anything but. So, anyway, talk to the people.
So, 29 May, voting day.
Yeah.
And
you'll be standing. You'll be standing in line, and when it comes to the ballot,
yeah, standing in line.
Which party is getting your X?
Hey man, I'm not sure yet.
But okay, which ones are you torn between? I mean, let's start by
eliminating. Let's start eliminating the elephant in the room. I'm not voting for the ANC. Let's eliminate the elephant in the room.
That's right.
Basically, the top three they call them, and ANC, DA,
yeah.
I mean, so clearly, then I'm
and also MK.
I'm more into the new ones.
I don't know what it is with people with the MK party, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know what it is with people and supporting. What is it with Africans, right? My issue is, why are we so light when it comes to corrupt politicians? Why are we so accepting? We are quick to condemn a white person.
Yeah.
And remember now, when you say such or when you make such statements, they say, they with the whites.
Yeah.
They with the white people, But at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. You go to China, they hold their politicians accountable. There isn't any nation, go to any nation, even the US before now, and contrary to popular belief, the US economy is failing, but you won't see that if your currency is dependent on the US dollar. You definitely will not see that. Right? But the point that I'm making is, if you as a people, right, and as I want to say Africans, right?
Yeah.
if you're going to make excuses for your politicians, right? Don't you think that is will eventually happen? What will eventually happen to our continent, right? Which is actually what's happening now. Not eventually, what's happening to our continent now,
and what has been happening,
right? The very same people that they claim are here to take our natural resources are still here taking our natural resources. And what do? You tell them, no, your leaders are selling you out. It's like, no, you guys don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, the white person is bad and all. It's like, no, guys, actually, just hold your leaders accountable. That's all that is required. China is where it is because it has held its leaders accountable. Again,
definitely.
Going back to the US, it has held its leaders accountable up till
a certain point.
Up till a certain point, right? And so whenever leaders are no longer held accountable, then that society diminishes. Yeah.
If we look at, let's start with Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
That's a good one for me, Zimbabwe. You will notice that there are people still defend it.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot, right? Even though they can see. And it's what was said, someone said that, the sanctions is what gave the party an excuse.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
It gave it an excuse to say, okay, the reason why we can't do this is because of 1, 2, 3.
So, yeah.
There's also this guy who's going, Rutendo, what's his name?
Yeah.
He's been playing that card for long, right?
Advocating for Mugabe.
Yeah. Because
he's been an advocate.
Yeah, definitely advocate for Mugabe, right? Even for ANC, by the way.
Yeah.
He's really into ANC. And so those sanctions gave it an excuse to say this is why our country is where it is because of these sanctions, right? And then you watch a gold mafia and you find, man. Basically, America didn't punish that regime. It looks like it punished the people. Yeah, it just punished the people. But otherwise, the regime, you can try, but to be honest, it's just there's too much money to let go. Zimbabwe has natural resources. There's just too much to just wink an eye.
It would really, how can I put it, hurt the West to let go of Zimbabwe.
To let go of Zimbabwe. They can sanction it, but those minerals will function well. I mean, that what do they call it? That industry, there'll be no interruption. Everything will go smoothly.
I would say that the mining industry.
Yeah, mining industry won't be affected, right? But your day-to-day stuff, that will be affected.
Yeah.
So that's how they kept on making this money. And in fact, for them, it looked like it really worked quite well. Because again, you tell the Zimbabweans, listen, it's 1, 2, 3, and then you go back. And then behind closed doors, you are making millions of dollars. Those guys are making money. So really, that gold mafia, they were really making money.
And how is it that politicians, there are certain politicians in Zimbabwe who are found with your, I said those are, I was talking to this Zimbabwean guy. I was telling him this story, right? To say, how is it that Zimbabweans got poorer, but politicians got richer?
Yeah.
You still blame the white person. You still blame the white man. Their leaders, some of their leaders, were found with bags of money.
Yeah.
Notes, different currencies.
Yeah.
Right. I remember this one, when they found him, different bags, man. Different notes, different currencies.
Yeah.
There were rands, there were dollars, there were... What else was there? I think there was a Zim dollar, but it really had no significance at the time. But there were notes, different currencies. Politicians are getting richer. But at the end of the day, the people, the citizens, they get poorer, they get hungry. And the very same people that are hungry are duped into believing that actually it's the white man. Now, I'm not saying that the white man does not have a role to play. Don't hear me out, right? It's two people who are both are at your neck.
Breathing down our necks.
Both of them are at your neck. But the one, because the other one looks like you,
Yeah.
you think they stand for you.
Yeah.
People who voted for Barack Obama did nothing for Black America,
Yeah.
right? They even now, there are people who still think Obama was the business.
Yeah. You can't convince them otherwise.
You can't convince them otherwise because they voted via feelings. They didn't vote because they looked at what good it was that he would bring for them, or what good he would do for their people, right? They only saw a black man and they thought, actually, you know what? I'm gonna vote for him because he's black.
It's what did that guy call it in America specifically? He said the American people have a mother relationship with its people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, meaning that if you are black, you can't do wrong. Yeah. You know, it doesn't matter. I don't care. He's our people. He's our people. That's the main thing. Doesn't matter what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was with the R. Kelly, right? It was with the, who else besides R. Kelly? Who else? Bill Cosby. Yeah. Yeah, I think, those are the big ones, né? Recent. Yeah. But then the interesting thing, that you also, there's where's the guy? Is it Epstein?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeffrey
and who
Epstein.
else? And Weinstein, something very similar pronunciation. But they were white.
Yeah.
Right? But we don't care.
No.
You know, we don't care.
No.
They are coming. They were just coming for the Hollywood people that tend to have this behavior, right? No, it's not about that. It's about. I've even heard Eddie Griffin say it. Man, whenever a black person is successful, they tend to come for them. That's very dangerous thinking, to think like that.
Yeah.
That's really, and it does sum up in terms of the mindset of black people, that you can't do wrong. So that's why even with the Zimbabwe people, as obvious as it is, they can't do wrong because they're black.
Yeah. Also, you see that the amazing.
It's black people.
Yeah,
Let us not.
The amazing thing is that they are all over.
Yeah.
But there. Like, they're not in Zim. They're here in South
they're
Africa.
here.
If they're not here, they are in neighboring countries. Like, but most of them are here more than they are in other neighboring countries.
It's the nearest place.
Yeah.
I wanted to say nearest,
but if
good
if
place,
say,
but it's SA at this point, I don't know.
If you say that Mugabe did a good thing, stay there. Why are you here?
Yeah.
Do you understand? I cannot be here and be like, you know what? Actually, my president is a good person, but I'm suffering, so I'm gonna go and look for opportunities elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right. And I posed this solution to him. I said, why is it that in Africa we have this tendency of wanting to uproot, right? We want to uproot foreign investment.
Yeah.
Immediately, with immediate effect.
Yeah.
Now, as to what it does to our economy, well,
as you said, the difference between the Asian countries and African countries is Asians still work with the West.
Yeah.
You'll have to work with them. There are certain skills, let me say this. There are civilizations that once were and are no more. And yet we can't replicate their advancements. Like we just can't, we just can't.
Yeah.
We create all sorts of theories, but we are still impressed as to how they did. Why? Because that knowledge ended there. Something happened that knowledge was never passed. So when it comes to even the Bible, where Solomon says there's nothing new under the sun. That which is that which will be again. Is that you will repeat history, and that's what we tend to do. There was so much advancement from the West and from America, right? The advancements amazing, but you do run the risk of ending that
run.
Not run. And and you do that by chasing them away, right? By chasing them away. I mean, what is this? Someone can treat you bad. We agree, but you have to separate his intellectual capacity and to his hatred or whatever the reason may be. And Africans don't do that. That's why I say take away your banks. You need those banks to understand the structure. They're complex. You need them. Study them. See how they did it.
But who's studying
modify
them?
where you have to modify.
Who's studying them? These politicians are saying.
Yeah.
These politicians are saying no. We need to take everything that's ours.
Yeah.
And you're like, we did not have a banking system, or no? Did we?
No, it didn't. And here's another thing that I'm gonna add is when they came, you have to prove that black people didn't want to improve, that they were what is this, fine with the way things were, right? Like you know what, I'm fine. I don't need any more advances. I'll stay in this kind of what is this, grass house and making, using only this kind of clothes, and I don't want any other fabric and any other thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we were also trading, meaning we wanted to improve, right? We wanted to grow. And so we ran that risk as to, when we say we want to go back, how back are we talking? What are we talking about? What is being African? And I keep saying this.
Is it being backwards?
Yeah. And I keep saying...
Is that what being African is?
And I keep saying this, that you need to also understand that there are certain things that are just lost. Right? Yeah, there are certain things that are just lost that Africans did. They could be good, they could be bad, but they are just lost. And so people start making things up as they go. We used to do 1, 2, 3. You find another, we used to do 1, 2, 3. We used to do... if you didn't know history, you would assume that actually, South Africa used to be one thing. If you didn't know the way... In fact, Africa, you would really believe that it was one. We were just
United.
one, all of us. In fact, one language, the way they speak, you'd really be so sure. But you come to just a small region of KZN, before it's KZN, you got the Zulus fighting amongst one another.
They speak the same language.
The same language.
The same dialect. You cannot separate these people. But one thing that separates them are these different...
what do they call them? Nguni people.
Yes.
Nguni people, so that they don't say, before, we were not all Zulu. But exactly, that's the point, is that there were things that were happening prior, right? There were things that were happening prior. And once you get a list of that history, and then you apply history correctly, by the way, because applying history only in slavery is not applying it correctly. There's a lot of things you'll miss. Even the complexity behind slavery.
I would say, I'd like to think that, people today are unreasonable.
Yeah.
They borderline, I don't want people want to say I'm insulting them, but borderline stupid. Borderline stupid, ignorant. I'm going to say just ignorant.
A challenge is...
I think, let me finish. Don't get me in here. Ne? Don't, in where? Show the people.
Get in here.
Yeah. So, let's address something. Let's unfold something, right? There's a time in history where conquering was with an army.
Yeah.
You conquered with an army, right, Ahmad? And you conquered with an army, right? I come to your house. I take everything that is yours because I have better manpower.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that you can do about it. I mean, Shaka Zulu expressed that. He did that.
Quite well, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter who you or where it is that you're from in the KZN. Everyone wants to proclaim that they for some reason
fall under that lineage.
Fall under that lineage. Do you understand? But why would they want to do that? Today, people want to go to the US. They think that it is the business. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's what conquering was, right? And then, because it's within that time frame, there comes, you remember Shaka Zulu is conquering.
Yeah.
But now there comes a people who have better weaponry, who are, I would say, in terms of war, smarter, right? Another thing they don't tell us also is that Shaka Zulu was won over. Right? He was essentially won over. Right? He met with white people on numerous occasions. Right? So how do you conquer someone? Is that not the way?
Listen,
I come to you, I take what's yours, right? Because you I mean, come on, man. If someone is bigger than you and they want something that you have,
and they can have it. Why not?
Why not? Right?
But remember, it's attributed only to the
White
West,
people.
right?
The West.
Yeah.
It happens all over Africa.
Yeah.
It happens all
just
over Africa.
attributed to the.
Let's talk about
take things that are not yours.
Let's talk about Idi Amin. Idi Amin did the same thing and he failed. Those were his own people. We don't address those stories, but the only stories that we address and we speak of are the ones where white people colonize us.
Doesn't it make sense as to why it always ends the same way? Yeah?
Yeah.
Because it's always denied that it happened.
Yeah.
So you're bound to repeat that history.
That history, yeah.
Because you're denying that, no. Wait a minute. We're also capable of this kind of behavior. Wait a minute. Wait. Maybe we're not so different from these people that we've called devils and so on.
Yeah.
I think it looks like if it was the other way around, I think we would tend to do the same.
Yeah.
So I guess we should hold our people in the same, if not higher, responsibility.
We should.
Yeah.
We should. I would say that we should.
So that we don't repeat. Because it tends to, as you said, it's like this thing that it's Africa again, Africa. It's because we are in denial. We are in denial of, you know what, we are a part of the problem ourselves.
Essentially, if you've been conquered or you try to, you know, when someone conquers you, you try to redeem yourself and
yeah,
you're gonna create a history that does not exist. Or we were kings. You hear that from the Americans, right? And the other ones that are feeding us these things, like where we come from, we were kings. Does not make sense. In which environment we are living in an environment now? Where is it that you find that everyone is a king? Then who is the servant if everyone is a king?
That's the conversation.
Who the heck are the servants going to be?
Because apparently in this kingdom, everyone is a king. We're doing that.
Okay,
right?
that's fine. If we did not conquer, that means there were no other tribes or I want to say people, or should I say maybe they weren't Chinese or Western or Arabs that we had conquered, which means that we lived amongst ourselves and we were all kings. Now, let's do the logic here. Let's find the logic here.
Yeah.
Who works for who if we're all kings?
Who builds what? Who builds what? Who's under who?
Right? We're all kings.
Because there has to be a structure.
Yeah, there has to be a structure. But the one thing you find about, and I say this a lot about us Africans, right, is that there is a record of us moving from I would say the north of Africa, coming all the way down to the south.
Yeah.
And one thing you find about migrants, or vagrants, sorry, the one thing you find about vagrants is that they don't build permanent structures. They build temporary structures.
Yeah.
And so temporary structures are made from wood. They're going to be made from grass. They're going to be made from mud. So they won't last. Because we're moving. Everyone is trying to find themselves. And you get to a point. Remember also at the same time, the world is growing in population.
Yeah.
The world is growing in population. So everyone is moving. Right. Another point that I wanted to make was that the thing about a magician is that They play you the one hand that you're looking at. They give you the hand that they want you to see, but the trick is happening on the hand that you do not see. And I like to say this about politicians, is that they blame the white man, but you only see them get wealthier, richer.
But always fighting for you.
They are always fighting for you. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, right, you find that there are no longer opportunities. Before they come into power, they promise all of these things that they're going to do. They tell you all of these things that the white man is doing and how they are going to do better. And they come into power. There is no African country that has actually come into power after they had received their freedom and done better or done good.
I mean, virtually they tend to turn into the oppressor themselves.
They turn to oppressors. Like you can no longer question them.
Because in closing, it's exactly that, is that it's human nature. It's not a white person or a black person or a Indian, whatever. It's human nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, if the Lord said it, it's fine. You can try to go a different, route and, try to come up with other theories, but it will always lead you back to, the Lord was right. You just have that sinful nature. It's just, you get someone in that position, because people don't understand your mindset is different. Like if you see a world from a different angle, and as I said, the possibilities and that's why there's no way South Africans or even most Africans would ever want to go back to that way, because we've tasted the good. You wouldn't want to give up your car, electricity.
No.
I mean, you just wouldn't want to give. It doesn't make sense. Why would I've tasted the good? What do you want me to do? What for? Why would I want to go live in in a simple way like that? No. We'll skip this and see how we can use it.
Yeah.
Let's see how. Yeah, because I'm not gonna give up a car. Who's to say? Are you saying we Africans shouldn't have cars? No. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So. But in closing, that's just, it's human nature. Yeah.
So let's close it like this. I think it would be nice to close it like this. Right?
Yeah.
There was a question posed at the beginning of this conversation.
It's as I said, I'm undecided about
who are these, or which are these two parties?
On the next episode, probably will. In fact, let's go in just a bit on it. Let's just go
on the next episode.
Yeah.
So now you're not gonna.
Yeah, I mean, man, it's.
I think the one thing that I think you're afraid to tell people is that you're voting for the ANC. It's either the ANC or the DA or the EFF.
Nah, man, those three ish.
It's a no.
They're really not convincing at all.
It's a no. It's a no for me.
It's a no for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's where we're gonna end it.
Yeah.
As I take
also didn't tell people where you were, so but it's fine.
For another episode.
It's fine.
Episode.
It's fine. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and
let me see if I get it right.
Subscribe.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
That's right. Next time you should start it like that.